Hey, what's up, everyone? Brett Chmielewski here, which you probably know that because you're on the YouTube channel here that has my name at the top. So, hopefully everyone's been liking these daily video blogs. I've been having a lot of fun with them. So every week, or every day, there's a topic that we're supposed to talk about. Some days you can do them if you want. I think they're there more or less if you have nothing to talk about. But usually on Tuesdays, when I was putting these video blogs up for a couple weeks there, I was talking about like what's happening in Loose Keys, what are we working on, what are we doing, what's happening with the podcast and everything like that. So I wanted to continue that. I wanted to skip the general topic for today. Loose Keys, we recently launched. We're starting a new short, so on Fridays we're going to be putting up it's not really a project recap, it's almost like we're calling it a pre-cap. We're giving you a behind-the-scenes look at what's happening to this short we're doing, like our stages, where we're at in the process, what we're thinking of, ideas we're looking at, concepts for making art. We may share that as well on Fridays, but it's going to be like an audio post on our Tumblr page. That's over at loosekeys.tumblr.com. That's where our blog lives. And our first short is about donuts. It's about the history of donuts. So we're going to look at, in about 2 minutes, how donuts got started, where they are now, and just how delicious they are. That's going to be a lot of fun, and we're having a lot of fun putting that story together, building artwork. This is only going to be week 2 of that, but keep an eye out for that on Friday on the blog. Then we have a bunch of other projects we're like slowly working on. I have a ton of other ideas for things I'd like us to be doing here, but I think focusing on one short at a time is where our best efforts are when we're not working on client work. If you kind of get focused on too many projects at once, it really kind of hinders everything, especially as far as a team. Like I can have multiple projects I'm working on. Maybe I'm doing like a sticker pack for Line or something like that kind of in my downtime while also working on this short and the client work and things like that. But of course, always building the business, always focused on our growth here and making sure we're moving forward with all of our projects. It's been a mellow couple weeks coming off of like the craziness that was our beginning of the year. I think I talked about that in like the first couple of videos I've been posting here, just how hectic the beginning of the year was. So it's kind of a little weird that it's been so mellow, but kind of nice at the same time. So I'm digging that right now. Kind of working through this list, kind of got some other ideas I've been kicking around, so it's really fun. I put out episode 91 of Shattered the Vein this week. That podcast is growing quite a bit, having a lot of fun with that. I kind of did like a little bit of a solo episode this week. I did have an interview with Kraken, Isaac over at Super Evil Megacorp. He's one of the UX designers, UI experience people there. So it was great. It was great talking to him, kind of get his experience. We talked about the new player experience or the onboarding, the technical term for it. Definitely don't want to tell kids and anyone outside the business world does not like the word onboarding. But it's the new player experience. So we talked a little bit about that and what that means for the game and the game's growth. So it was really good to talk to him again, and loved chatting with him at TwitchCon when I got to meet him in person. But check out that episode. That's episode 91. Should have episode 92 going up, I think, next week. I don't see myself getting another episode up this week. Just a lot of other stuff happening. We got a Chicago motion graphics artist meetup here on Wednesday. I'm going to try something different with the Twitch stream on Thursday. May do a board game night. We're going to throw in maybe like a board game night once a month and see how that goes, see if it works, see if people dig it. I don't know what to think about it. I don't know how we're going to set that up, if we're just going to have a camera up in the corner and it's kind of face down on the table and a bunch of us are playing, a little nervous on that, but we're gonna just try it and see how it goes. That's kind of how I do a lot of my projects. Let's just see if this works. You think people will dig it? Let's give it a go and see what happens. So that's why there will probably be no second episode of Shed of the Vein this week, but I've never promised 2 episodes a week. It's always 1 episode for sure, and anything outside of that is definitely bonus content at this point. I'd love to get to the point of 2 episodes a week, but I have the Patreon page going, which I think we're going to move over to this new company called Supporterly. So I'll be tweeting that out, so be sure to follow me if you're wondering about that. It's kind of like Patreon, but it's focused on a lot of esports and video game content as well. So that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to trying out that site. I'm trying to get them for Lewskis to do a video for them to help them market it, get some video marketing out there for them. And then the other night, Monday night, fellow mobile gamer, he goes by the name of APOC online. He streams a lot on Camcord, a place I used to stream at quite a bit beginning of the year here and late last year. But he streams over there. So he's started a new series on his YouTube channel called Let's Fix Your YouTube Page or Improve Your YouTube Page. I forget the exact name he's using, and he's gonna hate me for forgetting this right now. But last night I recorded with him. He did the first episode with this streamer. I believe he streams Clash Royale. This Clash Royale streamer, Repzilla. And he kind of broke down what he needs to do on his YouTube page to improve it. And I was like, oh, this is a great concept. I kind of like this. And so I got some tips and things from that episode. And then he was like, hey, you want to come on and do your YouTube channel? I was like, sure. But the YouTube channel where I'm posting these vlogs right now, I haven't really figured out the right strategy for that right now. So you're just kind of watching me experiment with vlogging here if you're watching these or you stumbled across these. But he broke down the Lewskis YouTube page. I'm in the Lewskis office right now. That's a company I've been running for coming up on 5 years here now. And so we kind of broke down that YouTube page and what I can improve on that page to make it better. How I could get more traffic there. It was really, really useful. A lot of good insight that I'm not thinking about. I wasn't really thinking about for Lewskis because we do use our YouTube page more as just a showcase of our work. We don't use it to necessarily get work. Like clients may find us on YouTube or just come across our videos online. But I think I'm definitely going to do a better job of taking some of the advice he gave us to kind of get more views, get our voice out there more. I think that's my best bet with that. You never know where a client's going to stumble onto your work. That's kind of been my strategy throughout the birth of social media here and getting into the motion graphics world. You never know where the client's going to find your work. So kind of throwing it out there everywhere is really useful. So I'm definitely improving the Lewskis YouTube page, and then as I get done with that, I'm going to shift over and do the Shed of the Vein, and then maybe some of the beer podcasts, and then I'll kind of refocus my attention here on my YouTube page. Hopefully, mid-month here, towards the end of the month, as this daily video blog experiment is coming to an end. What is it? It's day 5 of these video blogs, day 6. I'm not even sure, but I cannot see myself keeping up the daily video blogging. I think I'm more of a weekly podcaster, a weekly video blogger. So I can already tell you from my less than week of doing it every day now that I don't think I can keep up this pace as going forward. So, but the YouTube pages, I'm definitely going to improve all of those, and I would recommend checking out his series. Hopefully, I'll include a link in the description here as just something I talked about. But yeah, that's kind of what's been happening this week. I think the board game thing is going to be fun, and we have a great episode of Hopcast coming out. I think later this week. We went up to Haymarket in Michigan. You may have saw some of the Snapchats or the photos, Instagrams, whatever you're finding or following me on. You might have saw some of those. So that episode should be up later this week or next week. I'm not sure when we're gonna get it edited and post it. But that's kind of all that's happening this week. So yeah, everyone, be sure to follow me on Twitter and let me know if you're liking these video blogs or something you want to hear or see. So cheers.